Hi, welcome to Java NetBeans of Inventory Recording System developed using JList. So let me show you guys how this system works. So I'm going to enter data in there. Let's say we have fake date. All we need to do is add it into the inventory gathering list. Let's say we have maybe two kids. If you notice, even when you enter it in lowercase, it's automatically converted into uppercase. Let's say we have in there multi-tools. There. Let's say handy tools, and let's add mechanical or mechanic tools, whatever, and dive into it. Let's go for maybe one or two more power gear tools, and maybe let's go for one more cord. Let's say cordless lawn mower. There. Okay, those are all our datas. One thing we can do is, supposing you want to check out the data in there, you can always select any of these and click on confirm to find out which item was selected. The other thing that the system can do is we can always select an item and delete, or we can decide to just delete and clean up all of the system and start all over. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Java NetBeans development environment, and we put one of these together. So let's do that now. Welcome to Java NetBeans of Inventory Recording System. I'm going to start by clicking on File, New Project, and make sure Java application is selected. Click on Next, and there I shall give it a name. So let's just call it JList underscore inventory. There, and make sure you uncheck this, then click on Finish, and let's look for JList underscore inventory. Right click on it, go to File, and let's select JFrame. Click on OK. Right in here, I'm going to enter the name of my file. So let's just call that inventories with an S, and right there, get rid of this and click on Finish. Okay, now that my frame is ready, I'm going to select the property, come straight into the property here, and where it says code, and let's enter the form size. Let's make that 1360 by 800. So that's the size of my frame. Then the next thing is right there as well. You see where it says generate center? I'll check that. Now let's go straight into the properties. Let me copy that, go straight into the properties and look for preferred size right here. Okay, I have the preferred size in there. That is correct. And if you want, you can also enter a title if there's one here. Let's see. So right up here, you can just enter inventory recording system. There. Okay, the next thing I want to do now is right click on the frame itself, go to set layout, and we're going to select absolute layout. Once you select the absolute layout, what you see is your form or your frame should have light blue edge. Okay, the next thing we want to do is let's go to the palette here. I will now select a label, paste that up there, and I need text field and another. Okay, I need a list Then we need buttons. Okay, for the label I need one. I'm gonna need one here and one right at the bottom. For the buttons, maybe we should define the size of the buttons first and just copy it. So for the button size, let me go for, you see where it says width, I'm going to enter about 600 there by 100. Okay, now I can copy if I want, but let's change the font size of that very button first, and then we can start changing. Let's make it 48. That is fine. Alright, we can now copy, paste 1, 2, 3, and one more. Okay, I have 5 in total. That's fine. Okay, I now have all my buttons. I now have all my buttons in position. So let me start by right clicking and changing the content in there. So this one is going to be add data, and might as well just change the variable name to JBTN add, and followed by, let's change this one to confirm data. Well, this can always be JBTN confirm. Okay, it's not accepting that name, so let's change it to something else. JBTN confirm data. Right. Okay, that is fine. Then the next one, let's come in here, just call that delete item. Delete an item, and that will be called JBTN delete. Delete item. There. Now let's change this to reset all system, and let's change that to JBTN resets. JBTN reset. There. And finally, I'm going to change this to exit, and that becomes JBTN exit. Right. Now that is taken care of, let's take care of this ones. This very label, that will be my heading, so let's change that to, let's give it a name. We can just call that how to create, it's a new name for it, how to create, let's say inventory. Okay, that is the name for it, how to create an inventory recording system. So let's select the property, and in here let me go for the border. Just going to make that border very thick, make it about 6. Let's see, yeah, we need more groups here, we can always reduce this. So that, okay, that's fine. Now select this and just rearrange everything, and I'll get back to you guys. Okay guys, this is how the whole system looks right now. So I just need to maybe delete 1 or 2 things, get rid of that, and here as well, right click, go to the property, or let's select the property here so that you can see it, and you go to model here, click on that, get rid of everything in there, delete. Okay, so the next thing is, maybe I should just run it and you guys see how the whole system looks like. Yeah, run it. right there, guys. But right now this system does nothing is happening. Okay, so let's add some code to it. So let's go to the source, and the first thing I like to do is right underneath here I'm going to import as follows. So let's go for import Java dot, and let's go for the color as well because I'm gonna need that. Yeah, and that should be a capital letter, uppercase. Okay, the next thing is let's import, let's say import javax dot swing dot default mode. There we go, this very one. I'm going to be using that for my list, and import the following as well. So that will be for my frame, that's for my message box, and that is for my run buttons. Good. Now that I have all of those ones in place, the next thing is I come right in here. Okay, you see public class, the name of your project, extend javax, whatever, come right in there and or add the following. Let's say private jframe. I'm going to need that for my exits. Jframe, I'll just call that frame, that's fine. And let's create a default object. I'm going to copy that, create a default object for the list, JList. Okay, the default list mode, I will just call that fill equals new mode, enter that. Okay, now that that is done, the next thing is right underneath the initialize component, the component I like to initialize right now, that will be my JList enter data. That is for my list box or JList dot set mode, and what I want in there will be fill. Remember the object created right there, that is it there. I'm now calling it inside my list box, so that will be initialized right away. Now let's take care of one very easy one before we start with the rest, then I will then come to the other four. Let's take care of this exit. Right click, go straight to event, action perform. Okay, let's repeat that. Right click, event, action perform, and right in here let's get rid of that and enter as right there. This is it, not the other one. Delete this first. Okay, enter the following. Okay, that is my, or those are my lines of codes for exit. So if I run the system now, let's compile and run it so that you guys see what will happen. It will actually prompt the user to confirm if they want to exit the system or not. Click confirm if you want to exit. No, I don't want to. Yes, I want to. That's it. Okay, those are the lines of code for that. The next easy one I would like to take care of is the reset. That's the reset right there. Right click, event, action perform. Now right here I'm going to get rid of that. Then I'll go for txt enter, I think it's enter data dot, no, I think it's dot, yeah, that's the right one. Okay, that is one, so I'm just going to call that, let's say no value. Then the other one that I would like to get rid of will be JLBL, I think it's called result dot, that is correct. Let's see, does he accept the same method? Yeah, that's fine. Now the next one is for me to clear these very objects there that I created up here. You know, the field object, this very one. You can even copy it if you want. You come right down and just clear it right in there. Field dot clear. Try that again. Dot. Okay, then might as well type it out. Right. Now, if you once the field is cleared, that means the list box is cleared as well. So to do that, what you will need to do is JList. Enter dot. Now, what is the name of the list box? Let's find out the name. Okay, enter data is called. Alright, back in here. Enter data dot sets mode, and what we're setting will be field, because field is empty, so it's going to be empty as well. Those are my resets. Now the next thing I want to do now is, let me start with this one up here. Okay, so right click, let's go to events. Okay, action perform right here. Okay, let's use an if statement. If not JTXT enter dot get text dot, we want system to trim it. Trim, enter, let's enter that, the parentheses, and let's say dot equals right there, equals what? Empty. So if it's empty, so if it's not empty, I want it to fill, add elements, and what we want it to add will be the content inside the text box itself, which is JTXT enter dot get text. Alright, so let's say dot stream to uppercase dot, let's stream it straight into uppercase. So whatever we enter will be converted to uppercase. So right there. So let's get rid of this. That should be dot, and get rid of this. Right, and let's enter, let's clear it. Once it's cleared, we clear it, then we set the focus in. Okay, and this one, there should be parentheses there. Okay, so what's happening in here, let me show it to you guys properly so that you can see it. Okay, whatever is inside the text box here is converted straight into an uppercase and is deleted, then focus is set. Else, what I want the system to do is, else if you click on the button without entering any data in here, this message box will pops up. Okay, so let's see, let's give that a try and see. If I compile and run it, right there guys, so let's say I click on it without entering any data. Okay, so let's say we decide to enter data. and click on that. So that goes right in here. As you can see, it's converted it to uppercase. Okay. There. Alright, this data in here is too small, so let's just select that and change it. Anyway, select it, come to the property, let's increase the font size to about 36, make that bold. That's fine. Run it again. Let's see. Okay, font increased. Alright, let's see. So that's fine. Okay, exit is working fine. So the next thing I want to do is to confirm. When I select any data, I want to be able to confirm it with this. So let's do that. Okay, right click on the confirm button, action perform, and right in here we're going to enter the following data. Okay, to make sure whatever is entered, let's say enter data. Alright, that's fine. Okay, as you can see, I declared a variable, okay, and whatever is inside the list box is then entered in here, and whatever is stored inside this variable is then stored inside the label once it's selected. If I do not select any data, this is the message that pops up. So that's what happened here. So if I run it, enter some data in there, if I decide to select any of this data, click on that, you see it tells you selected is Q80. Alright, that is the idea of that. Alright, so maybe we'll change this one to selected data is. Okay, let's exit and go back in there, and right in there let's just say selected data is. Alright, now the next one, let's come back in here. We want to take care of the delete. Okay, I presume we've taken care of this. Let's come in here, the delete button, right click and select action perform. Right in there, get rid of that. Okay, for the delete button we enter as follows. Okay, so that is the delete. So in here, if one item is selected, okay, fill, that's the object created up there, should remove that very element. Else, if no item is selected, this message box will pops up. Okay, so that's all about the delete. Okay, so let's try this delete out, and you see, and for your information, this is just to set focus on the text box as well. So I'm going to compile and run it. Okay, we enter some data in there and just see what's going to happen. As follows. Okay, let's try out the confirm there. Let's try out the delete. We can select any of these. Let's say we select this. There we go. Okay, there we go, and enter some values in here and see what is going to happen as well. Okay, hit on reset. There guys, that is fine. So everything is working how I want. But one other thing I would like to do is I would like to convert all of these buttons into round buttons. So let's come in here. Right up here, if you guys notice, I've already imported the library we used to carry out the conversion. But one thing that is left for me to do now before adding the lines of code is to come into the library right here. Okay, if I open it up, you can see the object that I need is known as JTATO. So to get a JTATO on board, you guys have to download that. So right click, add jar, and right there, that's my JTattoo. You can always download JTattoo. It's called JTattoo. The latest version, I don't know, but it's .jar. That's it right there. Click on OK. And I already have a video tutorial on how to create run button anyway. But you do need this. Okay, that is done. So the next thing is, since that is done, let's come right in here in the source code. We go straight down to main. Right underneath here, can you see that? Right here, we need the following. And right underneath here, you see public static void main. Right here, you enter the following line of code, this very one right there. As you can see, we have an error, but that's no problem. We can always fix that by entering as follows. Click on the error and you add 1, 2, 3, 4. Double click on that. 1. That is the first row to be added, and that is class not found exception. Click on it again, enter the next one, and that is the illegal access exception. Okay, now collapse that. We have 2 more to go. Click on it, and we have instantiation exception. Then we have 1 more, just 1 more to go. We are almost there now. Click, and there we go. And that is the unsupported look and file exception. So that is the 4 throws that we must add. 1, 2, 3, 4. The 4 throws. Okay, so let's run the program now, and you will see the difference between the buttons. Now, as you can see, we now have a rounded buttons, and that's how you create your rounded buttons. Delete, clear, confirm, add data, and reset. So if I click on add data without entering anything, you notice what happened. So let's populate the list box now. I'm going to start by entering, let's go for cordless lawn. That's a lawn mower. Right. Add. The next one, let's go for power gear tools, and followed by machine or mechanic tools. And my next inventory is going to be handy tools. Let's go for multi tools. Toolkits. Maybe 1 more. Maybe a netball. Let's say netball. Alright. And maybe 1 more. A ball. So with that, guys, I'll call it the end of this inventory recording system. I suppose you guys enjoyed, and please do subscribe. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.